Oh, yeah, baby. StreamYard has just let me know that I'm live, which means now I just need to wait for YouTube to let you know that I'm live. And then once again, for the umpteenth time this week, your boy Viper is live on the YouTube. Apple Monster, I see you out there, baby. How you doing, man? How you doing, Apple Monster? I see you. And there it is. YouTube has sent out the notification. So now all the Vipe Nation should know that we are live. Woo, yes. No. Zach, no, I did not move anything around. What's happening, Zach, is that I am using natural lighting today. Normally I'm using a Godox, but obviously it's early in the day here, so I have no need for artificial lighting today. So the only artificial lighting is the light back there. Everything else is sunlight. So that's what's happening. No moving around. But what's happening, y'all? I see we got Zach out there. We got Alex Jackson. We got the Norwegian sensation, Evide out there. Albert Cervantes. How y'all doing? Woo! The squad rolled in. The squad has rolled in. We got James out there too. What's happening? How y'all doing? All right. So, I guess we are a little early. I guess I should wait a couple of minutes because we are a little early. But yeah. Oh boy. Here we go. This might be interesting. This might be interesting. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Oh, we got Bionic Scoop out there too. What's going on, man? How you doing? All right, let's see how we do. This might be interesting. We might run into some technical things going on this podcast, but we shall see. Oh, we got the little ones. What's up, Jenna? What's up, Brandon? How y'all doing? How are you all doing? Thank you guys for watching another episode of VypDrive. I appreciate you all. Oh, dude, what is happening here? My guest is having issues in the backstage here. I don't know how I feel about this. But, we might have to hold on. Miles Tech, what's going on? How you doing? Yes, James. I still have the S20 Ultra in the box, unopened. I still have it. Yep, still have it. All right. Come on, Nikias. What are you doing back there? Baby? Man. But hopefully you all are having a good day. Oh wow. We are completely. I am now completely by myself. This is interesting. Oh boy. It's gonna be one of those days. All right, there we go. All right, he's back. We're good. All right, he's back. So we're gonna see what happens. We're trying to see how this goes. But let's go. So this is VypDrive episode 105, baby. And 105 brings one of the longtime tech content creators of the Apple realm to the podcast. Woo! We got an Apple Watch Maestro coming up next on VypDrive, which starts now. What's up, people? This your boy Viper, the man about tech, and welcome back to another episode of VypDrive. This is the podcast about tech, hosted by the man about tech. And today, I have a long-time YouTube tech content creator, a guy who's covered Apple for a very long time. He is the Apple Watch Maestro. He is Mr. Barcelona himself. He is Mr. Nikias Molina. He's here. What's going on, Nikias? What you doing over there, man?
Yo, what's up?
Yo.
I am excited to be here. I'm probably the #1 fan of this podcast. I told you I wanted to be in this podcast.
You did. You're here, baby. You're here. How you doing today? Thank you for joining me.
I wanted to say congrats with what you're doing. It's amazing. Not only the amazing guests that you're bringing in, which is already incredible and unbelievable, and we're going to talk about iJustine in just a second.
Okay.
We got to talk about that.
Okay.
And then just the hard work that you're putting in is just incredible. So congrats. It's amazing.
No problem. No doubt, man. No doubt. Thank you. Like I said, thank you for joining me. I'm just having fun talking about tech, something that you've been doing for a very long time. But before we get into all of that, though, Nikias, the first thing I ask every first-time guest to the podcast.
Hold on, I know the question. I think I know the question.
You should know the question. If you're a fan of the podcast, you know where I'm going.
YouTube?
Yes, yes, let's go.
Oh,
you know
baby.
the procedures. You know the procedures. Let's go. What brought you to YouTube?
I started YouTube because I was driving everybody around me crazy talking about tech, and nobody cared what Nobody cared about the latest iPhones. Like I always love talking of tech, and my family didn't care, my friends didn't care, so I just hopped on YouTube and I saw people that actually cared what I had to say, and I found a fan base, and it's like I do this for free any day. I don't want to get paid, and now YouTube pays me, and it's like I can't be happier.
It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Heck yeah, and the community is awesome, so it's a good time.
Now, you've undergone several transitions on your channel. I discovered your channel probably 7 to 8 years ago, when you were doing mostly Apple Watch videos. So I'm curious, why Apple Watch videos? I should say. What made you go down that path back in the day?
So not a lot of people know this, but before I started YouTube, I had and I have an Instagram account called Apple Watch World, which is what people knew me by back in the day. So I actually started an Apple Watch World YouTube channel. So like a YouTube channel for the people who follow me over there on Instagram. Like this, I could bring them some video content. So yeah, I had like right now I think the Instagram account is like at 130K, and it just started slowly, and people asked me to create a YouTube channel, and I'm like, I'm just gonna start talking Apple Watch content then. And then after I made every single possible video about a smartwatch, I was like, okay, maybe I should probably open up a little bit in the Apple world, and that's when I did my rebrand. And then I still don't think it was a good idea to just change to Apple World, and I just should have changed it from Nikias Molina from the very beginning, because I just want to talk about whatever the heck I want, tech related or anything.
Right.
Even though the algorithm doesn't like that, even though there's videos that get views, there's some videos that don't. But at the end of the day, you just got to be happy with the content that you make. So, yeah.
Well said, man. As you know, like you said, the algorithm can be ruthless on these YouTube streets, man. But as long as you enjoy what you make, then that's all that matters. That's the best thing to do, man.
Yep, for sure. For sure.
So, you cover mostly Apple content. Now, I know you use things besides Apple, but you mostly cover Apple content. So, how did you come into your love of Apple? Before you answer that, his love of Apple is so deep that he named his dog Apple, people. So it's serious.
Well, hold on. They gave me a dog. I wanted a dog. Okay. And my sister gave me a dog, and she was like, her name is Apple. Like, she put the name. And I'm not
really?
I'm not going to complain about that name. I like that name. So I just kept.
So you mean to tell me you did not name the dog Apple? Really?
I didn't. I promise I didn't. Everybody tells me this. Everybody gives me crap about this. I did not. But actually, if I would have had a dog, I probably would have called the name. Hold on. Here you go. For the people who are watching this on video, here's Apple. Anyways, what was the question?
How did you come in? Yeah, how did you come into your love for Apple? Right.
So, since my family always used Apple. My mom bought an iMac at home. I had an iPod Touch, and to be honest, in the beginning, I didn't have any other option because my family didn't buy anything else. And I mean, my family had Blackberries and stuff, but I've always had Apple around, and it was like the easy route. It's just so simple. I don't consider myself a very smart. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm stupid, but like I'm not a person that I'm like very, very book smart. I'm smart in other things, I guess, but not like book smart. So I feel like when I was a kid, I just saw Apple as like an easy to use, simple UI, everything. The iMac was just super simple to use, everything. And then I had a PC. It's like iMac is definitely the easier route to go. So that's where my love started with Apple. And then the iPod Touch, just a place where I could have anything, all my music, all my games. I used to have a bunch of music videos on my iPod Touch. I was a very big fan of having music videos. I have no idea why. But yeah, that's how my love for Apple started, I guess.
Listen, man, it's not about you being book smart. It's about Apple making their product so easy to use for anybody that even a newborn baby could use an iPhone. That is why you're comfortable with Apple and their product, because the UI and the simplicity of how you use the product. That's why Apple have become the global iconic brand that they are today, because their products are that easy to use. Anybody can use them. And I mean, that's just a testament to what Steve Jobs built, and that's just a testament to what they continue to do with their product even today.
And they're so revolutionary. I mean, the iPhone 13 won't even come in the box. That's just amazing.
Oh, dude, don't start. Don't you start. Don't you start. All right. You know what? Since you want to go there, let's go there. So
let's go there.
We have heard rumors from a reputable Apple insider, Mean Chico.
He's the man. Mean Chico is the man. He's the man.
Most of the time, but sometimes he is wrong. Most of the time, he is the man, though. But we've heard rumors from Mean Chico, Nikias, that the iPhone 12 potentially will not come with a charger in the box. Now, I don't believe this for a second, but what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I ranted on this in my channel. I feel like every tech channel has ranted on this, and if you're a tech channel, you gotta rant on it to open Apple's eyes. If there's somebody at Apple that is thinking that way, you gotta get him the heck out of here.
Get him!
Okay, so my thoughts on this are, there's a lot of ways that we can look at this, okay? But I said this on my video. The tech community feels like we're inside of this bubble that we just care about specs. We just care about upgrading our iPhone every single year, but we got to get outside of this tiny bubble because we are truly very small, especially for Apple. Apple sells millions of iPhones every single year to people that just want to have an iPhone, and that's it. They're happy. And maybe it will be their first time getting an iPhone. So somebody in the world is going to buy an iPhone for the first time, and they're going to have to buy a charger separately? Like, are you kidding me?
Woo! Tell him, baby. Tell him.
So, and then there's the other way I'm looking at this, which is probably what Apple's going to tell us, the eco way, that we're going to have two different iPhones to choose from, one without a charger, one with. Like, we'll see. There's a bunch of options that Apple could go with, but I'm not liking the way that, that it could potentially be going.
Right, and I think that's the main thing we need to emphasize when we talk about this. It is a rumor. Nothing is official until Apple comes out on stage in September and says this is this.
Exactly.
So we're talking about rumor. We're talking about conjecture. Nothing is official, but just the rumor alone, like Nikias said, it's kind of crazy that Apple is even considering shipping a phone without a charger. I mean, most of the time, these phones don't even come with a full charge anyway. So how can you ship a phone without a charger when it's not going to come with a full charge to begin with?
And look, like if the iPhone was a budget phone, I'd be mad, but I wouldn't be this mad.
Mm-hmm.
But like an iPhone is an iPhone, and an iPhone is very expensive. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I know. It's craziness. It's buffoonery, baby. It's buffoonery.
Come on. Ridiculous.
All right, I want to talk about a unique experience that you had over there in Barcelona. I was looking at your video catalog, and one kind of jumped out at me. You visited an Apple store post-pandemic. Well, not post-pandemic, but an Apple store that well, no, we're still in the pandemic, but it opened up after being closed for a little while. So you have visited an Apple store, a reopened Apple store during this pandemic. So talk about your experience going to an Apple store during a pandemic.
It was weird. Like, it felt like we were in a movie. So first of all, you can't just go in the Apple store just to look at stuff. Like, if you just want to walk around, look at the products, you can't do that. Right. You could technically, but the guy asks you, what do you want? You don't have to buy it, but you have to go to the Apple store for a specific reason, or at least you can act like that, I guess. So my friend, for example, was interested in an iPad Pro case. We told him the exact model that we wanted. And then he put us in the queue. Of course, we gotta respect that distance. Do you respect that distance?
Of course, got to.
You got to. Okay, so you gotta wear a mask. You're waiting outside. When you go in, it's where stuff gets pretty weird. I mean, not weird. It's just safe, but it's weird for the Apple Store to be like this. I mean, it's 2020. What else can we expect? iPhone's not included in smartphones. I just being in Viper's podcast. Like, what else? What else can we ask for? You know what I mean? So they put your temperature. You feel like you're going in the airport, and you're just going inside to look at Apple products. And you put on gloves, which are very hard to put in. I hate putting on those stupid gloves that are super small. Like, give me other ones. Anyways, you get gloves, you get hand sanitizer, all of that. You go in, then there's a guy looking at you like, what do you want? And that's it. And then you buy and then you leave. But it's just a weird experience. Like everything, like you feel like you're being looked at. And also, I don't know how everybody vlogs, but when I vlog at the Apple Store, I always get yelled at and I always have to end the vlog because freaking Apple Store guys just are like, no recording. And I'm like,
yeah, I think that's true out of most of them. They don't let you log in there.
yeah. And then there's just, I just think just like, what's up?
Well, I just think she has privileges.
I know. She deserves it.
Oh, definitely. So I know you want to talk about that, so let's talk about that. So as you know, I recently had Argentina on the podcast as a guest. I'm getting the feeling that you have. I'm getting the feeling that you have thoughts about this. So what are your thoughts about this?
Well, there's the part that I hate you, and there's the part that I love you. Okay. When I saw that, I'm like, no way, no freaking way. So I mean, I made an Dear iJustine video, same as you, and I got views. I got like 25K views, I think, but no response from IJ. And then I see you, and you're like, Viper. How does Viper freaking do it? I don't know if it's his awesome set now with his awesome microphone. I don't know what it is. But I just felt very proud, honestly. Like, this podcast is turning into something so great that I'm like, okay, just let Viper take everything. He deserves it. But it was great. And the podcast was good. You didn't seem nervous. If I would have done that podcast, I probably would have been shaking in the ground. So,
man,
I guess.
Man, thanks, man. I have done so many of these podcasts that it's second nature at this point, man. I just turn on the mic, hit go live, and I'm in the zone. That's it.
Yeah. It was weird that I just didn't tell Greg to cancel #cancel Greg. I was waiting for it, honestly. 2020 doesn't stop surprising me, so
hey. But I'll tell you what happened though. Like I said, I have been trying to get her on the podcast for 2 years, man. So you just can't give up. You just got to keep going it.
I try to get iJustine since I was a baby. I got out of
don't give up, man.
Belly. I wanted her in a video. Nothing.
If you take nothing from this podcast and your boy Viper, do not give up. Keep going after her, man. You just got to keep doing it, man. Don't give up.
I mean, I don't want to be creepy,
No, don't be creepy. But like, I had to go outside the box. Like, what happened was on Twitter, I tweeted at her and I included her picture in the tweet.
I have 5% battery. Hold on. Keep talking. I'm listening.
Oh man. So, like I said, I had to go outside the box to get iJustine's attention. I had to send a tweet at her with a picture of her in the tweet because obviously when you include a picture in the tweet, it gets more attention. Now, as I said on previous podcasts, this kind of rubbed a few people the wrong way because they thought I was harassing her and stalking her and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. But as history has now proven, your boy Viper knew what he was doing because she was on my 100th episode of VypDrive. But sometimes you got to try different things. If something's not working, you got to try something different. So my attempt was to put her picture in the tweet and try to get her attention. And I got her attention because she ended up following me on Twitter the same day I did that. So, like I said, at some point, you just got to try something different. If what you're doing is not working, take a different approach. And you never know, man. But yeah, don't give up, baby. Don't give up.
I got the same experience with TLD, with Jonathan. And it was weird. Do you know my story with Jonathan? How that worked? So I did my collab. I sent him out. I had my DMs opened with him for some reason. He DM'd me for. I asked, I don't know, something. We had our DMs open, and I DM him, and I'm like, I'm in California. I'm coming from Spain. I'd love to collab. I would love it. He doesn't reply. Then 3 days later, I DM somebody from TLD. I forget. That if I could, come and collab. And he was very nice. He was like, I'm sorry, we're busy, but he was very nice about it. And then the next day, 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., I don't know what Jonathan was doing up so early. Like 6 a.m., he texted me, are you down to come today? I'm like, oh. Heck yeah. And we collabed. And he was great.
As I've told you guys many times before, Jonathan Morrison is a saint, man. That dude is one of the most genuine, kindest human beings YouTube has ever seen, man. YouTube is blessed to have him, dude. That dude is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, but that collab was legit, man. That collab is legit. So
Yes, I was
I
happy
want
about
to.
it.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Shout out to the 27 of you all that are watching the podcast live today. Thank you for joining me and Nikias for another episode of VypDrive. I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to support the podcast, super chats are open, or you can buy me a coffee. The link is in the description. You also have the option of becoming a channel member. None of this stuff is required, but anything that you are willing to do is greatly appreciated. Shout out to those of y'all listening on audio only this week. Thank you for listening to another episode of VypDrive with me and Nikias Molina. I appreciate you guys listening on audio each and every week. If you want to support the podcast, there will be links in the show notes. If you want to follow Nikias, his link will be in the show notes as well. So definitely check that out. Also, if you happen to be listening on Apple Podcasts, please consider leaving a rating or review. We're trying to get this podcast back into the top 200 tech podcasts on Apple Podcasts. So please do that if you are listening on Apple Podcasts. Appreciate you guys listening on audio each and every week. Shout out to Tech Odyssey for the $5 super chat. Oh, give me some money for bait. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. What's up, man? What is up? What is going on? Woo! So
That's a good super chat.
And that's legit.
Heck yeah.
So I want to talk about one of both of our favorite Apple products of 2020, and that is the Magic Keyboard. What are your thoughts on the Magic Keyboard, Nikias?
So I like the smart keyboard, okay? Not the magnetic one for those not the floating design one for those of you who are watching that don't know. That one feels more comfortable to me, but the Magic Keyboard feels like, a laptop replacement. There's some things that I really don't like about it. For example, I don't have a way to take notes. Like I have to turn it around and just, have it like in a weird position, which is, I don't know. And it's very heavy. But all the others, having a trackpad built into the iPad is like, I can't imagine now my experience without it, and having touch, having the pencil, having the trackpad, that is some great stuff. The keys are great. I love having USB-C ports, next to them on the bottom. I love it. I really do. But it's very expensive, but it's also very good.
It is legit. I love it. It's my favorite tech product of 2020 so far. I love it. Love, man.
What is your favorite Apple product of all time? Can I ask you questions?
Yes, of course.
Am I allowed to?
Yes, you're allowed to ask me questions. Yes. My favorite Apple product of all time, probably iPhone, man. More specifically, probably I would say iPhone 5. I just love the design of the iPhone 5. That thing was so beautiful. The chamfered edges, the two-toned aluminum. It was beautiful.
We're getting that this year. It's gonna be good.
I hope so. But yeah, the iPhone 5 was one of my favorite iPhones ever. Love it. If you ask me my favorite Apple product right now, it will have to be the 2020 iPad Pro, especially with the Magic Keyboard. Oh my gosh. Whew.
Heck yeah.
Love it.
Viper, what is your favorite? Last question. What is your favorite YouTube channel as of right now? What is your favorite YouTube channel, and what is your favorite tech YouTube channel? I have 2 questions.
Ooh.
Go.
Ooh.
Maybe they can be both your favorite.
Ooh.
And don't say me. I know I'm your favorite. I know that, Viper. I know that. Don't say Greg. Don't say Greg. We gotta cancel Greg.
Favorite channel outside of tech? Oh man, I don't even know what am I watching outside of tech? I know. Right now it's Kelly Stamps. Kelly Stamps is a boss, y'all. Y'all need to go check out Kelly Stamps. She just started YouTube like a little over a year ago. She's already at 200,000 subscribers. Like she is just skyrocketing. She'll probably be at 1 million before the end of the year. The rate she's going, but damn, yeah, Kelly Stamps is legit. Favorite tech channel? It's somewhere between Flossy Carter and Front Page Tech. I mean, either or at this point, but oh, absolutely, of course, man. I mean, John Prosser, one of my best friends, dude. Like that dude's legit. I love what he does. And if you're listening, John Prosser, which I know you are probably, I'm gonna need you to come out of hiding because the people need Front Page Tech back, baby. We need it back.
He's hiding under a cave.
I don't know where he's at, but you know what? He's probably on a well-deserved break. He has been dropping so many Apple leaks this year. So man, he's on a well-deserved break.
We can go ahead and talk about this as well if you want. Apple leaks or just leaking stuff in general, people think that it's just, sending out a tweet, but there's so much work, so much pressure behind every single tweet. And especially, if I don't know, if I did it, for example, I don't have such a big influence as John Prosser, for example. There is so many people that are counting and trusting John Prosser that if, John has gotten some leaks wrong, but the massive, massive leaks he's gotten right. And there's a lot of pressure behind every single leak, especially the Apple Glass leak. That's crazy. I'm sure he slept for like 2 weeks straight. I think he's still sleeping from the Apple leak. I mean,
Probably. And I've talked to him about this on the podcast before, about how when he dropped an Apple leak, he could potentially be putting somebody's livelihood in jeopardy because Apple is actively after any connection to him. And if they find those people, that's it. Their job is gone.
Yeah. So, Jern, we love you. And hopefully you'll wake up and come out of the cave. We miss you, Jern.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, while we're on the topic of AR glasses, Nikias, as you just said, John reported about a month ago about the potential features and things that we could see with Apple's AR glasses. So, what are your thoughts about a potential pair of Apple AR glasses?
So I feel like, and some people have said this too. I've read some people saying this, but I feel like the first generation will be kind of like what they did with the first Apple Watch. They kind of give you a basic feel on how the glasses are, but you just wish it's going to have this feature or that feature. But the possibilities that AR glasses have, especially Apple, not only because I like Apple, but with the Apple ecosystem, I'm very curious what the Apple glasses is going to add to the Apple ecosystem, if that makes sense.
Right. Yep.
I'm curious to see what's going to make it different than an Apple Watch, because they are very similar in a way, the way that you use it, because it's not meant to replace your iPhone, of course, but it's an accessory for your iPhone. It's going to make that experience even better. I'm curious as well to see if Apple's going to implement something to AR to make it more useful, apart from, putting Nikias in your room, like IKEA, I don't know. I feel like there's big opportunity. I'm sure Apple has been working on this for years and years and years. And we should be expecting something very big. And we'll have to wait for sunglasses for Gen 2, and I'm excited, for Viper to rock those on the podcast.
Oh, you already know. Just give them to me.
You're gonna flex, and you know it. You're gonna flex.
Oh, if there's a sunglasses version of Apple AR glasses come out, I'm all over it. Give them to me.
Heck yeah.
So as far as what to expect, we know that right now the new 2020 iPad Pro has a LiDAR scanner on the back. And according to John Prosser, Apple is taking all that data from that LiDAR scanner and they're handing it to their AR team to make the AR experience that much better when it does come to market. So they're going to have a lot of LiDAR data to work with when those Apple AR glasses finally do come out. I mean, that even for a first-gen experience, it should be pretty good given all the data that they will have.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they could have all the data that they could make AR perfect, but if there's not a useful use case that Apple's going to bring to the table, there's going to be a problem, because on the iPad Pro right now, AR is absolutely incredible on the 2020. You can put the hand, you can see that that it detects that it's a hand. That's amazing, and it's so cool, but it doesn't add anything. So Apple has to implement something, or open up an APK, something that allows developers to open up something to make the AR glasses great. Viper, I'm feeling like ranting right now.
I
don't know. Get a subject that gets us both in a rant. I'm feeling like it right now.
I don't know if not too much going on that's rant worthy. I'll ask you your thoughts on WWDC 2020 that just happened last week.
Well, I was happy about it. Aren't you?
Yeah. I wasn't that happy that we didn't get any hardware, so we could rant about that. But other than no hardware, I thought it was excellently done.
I mean, and the production was insane. Everybody has talked about this already. And WatchOS 6. I mean, WatchOS 7. Sorry, I'm always a big fan of the Apple Watch.
Of course.
And WatchOS 7 I'm pretty happy with it. We got a lot of stuff. And fun fact, you know the hand washing feature?
Mm-hmm.
I thought about a hand washing app for the Apple Watch, and I was actually about to start creating it.
Oh,
But I mean, it was pretty stupid for me to do because with an app, you have to go inside of the Apple Watch, open the Wash app, and talk. You know, if Apple did it automatically, so it's just amazing. And I feel like this is a very small thing for a lot of people, but I'm actually using it. Do you have the beta on your watch?
I don't know.
So I don't know, like it's very stupid and it sounds very dumb, but you know, you're washing your hands and it's telling you, hey, don't leave. You gotta keep washing them. Like I know it can sound very stupid, but I feel like it's very smart. I mean, 2020 once again, it's not a good time. We gotta wash our hands for 20 seconds. And I'm personally, you know, a quick washer.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. So right now. Anyways.
All right, so you wanted something to rant about. I got something to rant about as somebody
HomePod.
No. God, no.
HomePod. No.
As somebody just suggested in the chat here, Nikias, we are in 2020. And for the life of me, Nikias, I don't understand why there's still no native Instagram iPad app. Can you explain it to me, please? I don't understand. And he knocked over his camera. Okay. Gotta love it.
I just broke my iPhone screen. Just kidding. I don't understand either, honestly. And I love reading articles that are saying, well, no, but it's not, you know, it's not easy to create a natively an Instagram app. Are you kidding me? You're freaking Facebook. You cannot release an app for the iPad that you've got hundreds and millions of dollars. And you cannot create. God, it's ridiculous. I don't know what's more ridiculous, like a calculator that we still don't have Apple Watch or Instagram for the iPad. Like they're all super ridiculous, and I don't know why the heck they're waiting. It's unbelievable. But I definitely the worst one, and it is so ugly. 12.9-inch. You open that Instagram app and you want to break that iPad. It's ridiculous. You want to break it in half.
I opened up the Instagram Apple iPad on my 11-inch, and it was just buffoonery. It was like what I felt like I was using Instagram for toddlers. Like, what are we doing out here? What is this? Like, what the hell is this? I can't do nothing with this.
Heck yeah,
it's stupid. Yeah, but I agree, man. I don't understand why we don't have it yet, and it blows my mind because we have an Instagram app on iPad, and we know that the coding for iPad and iPad OS or iOS and iPad OS are pretty similar. So you already have the base code in place to make an Instagram for iPad app. It shouldn't take that much. And then Instagram CEO,
and Viper, even if it is very hard to do, they're stealing our data. I'm sure they can create an iPad app.
The other thing that kind of perplexed me about this whole situation is that Instagram CEO said that they don't have enough developers to dedicate to an iPad app. And my whole thought process is you're owned by Facebook, which is a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. How do you not have enough resources to make an Instagram app when you're owned by Facebook and Facebook has their own iPad app? Like what? Like if Facebook has their own iPad app, there is no excuse for Instagram not to have their own iPad app. But this is where we are in 2020.
Buffoonery.
Literally,
Am I saying it right?
Yes, literal buffoonery. Yes, you're right. Literal. It's stupid. I don't get it. They need to get on that.
Is that actual English?
That's just the word I made up.
Okay.
Buffoonery.
I like that word. Buffoonery.
Buffoonery, yes, absolutely.
Have your thoughts changed about the HomePod, Viper?
Not really, but I'm told it's gotten a lot better since I first got one when it first came out. But I mean, I don't know.
Why
actually, man, I'm not about to be wasting $200 like that. No, I got other things I want to get. but with iOS 14 and Apple kind of opening up default apps to third-party developers and things like that, maybe we might finally see the HomePod natively support things like Spotify or YouTube Music or something like that. So that will be more beneficial.
Yeah, well, with iOS 14, you can already do that. You can already set Siri to play your Spotify for example, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay. But I mean, is it supported natively though? I mean, if you like play a song, will it automatically play from Spotify, or do you have to like tell Siri to play such and such song from Spotify? Because I don't think it's supported natively.
You can tell Siri to play music, and it will go from Spotify with iOS 14.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good. That's good. That
So it's
is
great.
good. That is good.
It's good.
That should have been there from the beginning. So Apple is like 2 years
Well,
late.
yeah, I agree with that too.
Better late than never, right? Better late than never.
Yeah.
Man, but Apple seems to be growing up though. But I think part of their growing up is the lawsuits that are continuously being thrown at them as far as their monopoly of the App Store and things like that, and how they are. Some people have accused them of suppressing other third-party apps that are in competition with their own. So I think part of it is Apple trying to save their behinds, making iOS a little bit more open. Now, it will never be totally open, and I'm okay with that because I like the security of iOS. But, I mean, you got developers complaining about the 30% app commission. You got developers complaining that Apple is unfairly suppressing their apps. Apple is unfairly eliminating their apps from the App Store. So they're getting it from all sides. So I think part of them opening things up in iOS 14 is to kind of save their behind.
Yeah, I mean, the HomePod was one of the worst selling Apple products of all time. So if I were Apple, I mean, you gotta, when you do mistakes, you just gotta try and fix them.
Yeah, don't get me talking about the HomePod. You know how I feel about the HomePod.
Well, that's what I'm trying to. Oh, Viper, I just got a notification from Brie Larson. You need to get Brie Larson on the.
You got a notification from Brie Larson, huh? I mean, Brie Larson just started her own YouTube channel yesterday, so that's pretty cool.
Exactly. She's, Captain Marvel is the love of my life. People who follow me knows. She's
Hey, you better watch what you say around your girlfriend, young man. Yeah. Yeah. Me get Captain Marvel on the podcast. I'll get my agent on that.
Lamar Wilson would also be a good one.
Yeah, I like Lamar. I used to watch Lamar like way back in the day, man. But yeah, Lamar's pretty cool, definitely.
Yeah, me too.
How do you feel about the idea of smart bands on an Apple Watch? And when I mean smart bands, I mean bands that add additional functionality. Like say we could put a band on an Apple Watch to add battery life. Or they can make a band that will take blood pressure and things like that. How do you feel about that?
So I mean, I like the idea. It's just the only problem that I see. I mean, if we're talking about battery one, for example, if we're talking about the other health related bands, I want the design to look like a normal band. Like I wouldn't want it to be bulky, like the smart battery case on the iPhone.
Right.
So, I love it, and especially for sleep tracking. Maybe we could have a band that has battery, and maybe it would add some more functionalities to the sleep tracking app. Maybe that'd be interesting. But I feel like there's big opportunity.
Yeah, I think there's definitely opportunities for Apple to even make the Apple Watch something more than it already is with the additional smart band. I've been talking about smart band for the past couple of years, so I hope that at some point Apple finds a way to implement them. I mean, we know there are patents out there, so Apple definitely has been working on the idea of smart bands, but up until now, we have gotten no implementation of that. So hopefully in the future. And I apologize, you all. We are having technical difficulty with our guest. I just lost him. So, yeah. I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully we'll try to get him back on the podcast. Until we get him back, I'll answer some questions in the chat here. We got one from Simply Pop, and he wants to know thoughts on the macOS Big Sur icons. They're kind of hideous to me. They need to make them better. Hopefully they can improve on those, but yeah, I don't like them. All right, let's bring our guest back in. Hey, welcome back there, buddy.
And I have personal stuff going on this weekend. I'm not in my studio, so Wi-Fi is kind of unstable. I'm back though. I'm back. More
Yeah,
questions. Shoot me more questions, or should I ask you more questions? I love asking you.
If you got questions, I can provide the answers best I can.
All right. What do you prefer? I'll give you 3 categories. Do you want personal question? Do you want a tech question, or do you want a content creator question?
Let's go with a tech question.
You're boring, Viper. I'm kidding. All right, let's do a tech question. If you could invite one person to the podcast, and you can go big, you can go. It doesn't even have to be a content creator. It can literally be an NBA player if you wanted. Who would you bring?
If I can invite one person to the podcast
and asking tech questions. That's how my question is tech related. Because this is content creator question. Go ahead.
Well, the one person that I've been trying to get on the podcast for the longest, and I'm still working on it even to this point, is Flossie Carter. I've actually had Flossie Carter on a live stream with me before. It was 2 years ago. He came and hung out for 5 hours. So it's not like he's not been on my live stream before, but obviously I've never had him on the podcast, just one-on-one, me and him. So I would love to have a one-on-one conversation with him on the podcast. Trying to get it done, but he's a hard person to nail down. But yeah, if I could get one person on here, it will definitely be Flossie Carter.
I would pick, honestly, Brie Larson. I'm not even kidding.
No, you wouldn't. You pick I Just Think. Stop it.
Brie Larson. Both of them together.
Actually, after yesterday, that might be possible. We know they're buddies, so I don't know.
Yeah, right? I was just mind blown out.
You should try to make that happen.
What the heck is going on?
You should start your own podcast and then try to get Brie Larson and I Just Think on your podcast.
I've been thinking I've been thinking forever on starting a podcast. I don't know. You're kind of inspiring me right now for the longest time. I don't know. I want to so bad. I think I want to. I just started going on YouTube full time. I just graduated.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congrats. Yeah.
And yeah, I want to, focus on it's kind of scary to go full time, because I have all the time that I have. In the world, I have anything that I want time wise. So it's kind of easy to not work or to work a lot. So I want to have a schedule. I want to, see what I can do, see what I cannot. And then once I settle down, I'll think about starting a podcast. And I want to make something different too.
Okay. Hey, the sky's the limit, man.
You're actually doing something different. You're what makes you. I feel like apart from your good conversation, of course, are the good guests. It's always fun to see who's on next. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I think I've gotten pretty fortunate due to the current situation. So a lot of people are at home these days, so it's easier to get them on the podcast.
Heck yeah.
So I am taking advantage. I am taking advantage of circumstances.
Thank you. Viper, Disney Plus, Netflix, or HBO?
Netflix, easily.
Netflix.
Yep.
Have you been using Disney Plus, or did you just watch Mandalorian on it and then just?
Pretty much after Mandalorian went off, that was pretty much the end of my time with Disney Plus. I still have it. I'm thinking if Verizon gave it to it for free for a year, so I still have it. But yeah, I have not consumed much Disney Plus. I'm waiting for those Marvel shows to come on there, man. Falcon and Winter Soldier and things like that. But
heck yeah, that was really good.
With the whole pandemic going on,
Viper, have you watched? You're a Star Wars fan, right?
Yes.
So the last season of Clone Wars animated is incredible. It's the best Star Wars that Star Wars has ever done in a long while. It's better than the sequels. It is so good. You don't even have to watch the previous seasons to just it's amazing. You gotta watch. It's great.
Okay. All right. I will
take notes.
Put that on the list.
I want to see you taking notes, right?
Yeah, I will pull out my Android, take notes. Woo, okay. So, before we get out of here,
Viper, best iPad Pro app. What's your favorite best iPad Pro app?
Well, the one I use most right now is Affinity Photo because I'm doing my thumbnails on it. But I'm pretty sure there are better apps than that one. That's just the one I use a lot because obviously, with being a creator, it is what it is.
Yep. Cool.
So before we get out of here, Nikias, I want to know iPhone 12 is coming later this year. What would you like to see come with iPhone 12 that we haven't had on an iPhone yet?
So for me, I'm probably not the right person to ask this because I'm a very, very big fan of the iPhone SE.
Okay.
So what I want is a small form factor iPhone with good design. Okay, well, I don't want an old design. I want the new design with good battery life. That's all I'm asking. And then for what do I want for like the expensive iPhones, for the Pro models? I honestly want, we haven't had this one feature that makes us want to get the new iPhone in 2 models, 3 models. Like the 11 Pro didn't bring anything massive to the table. 10S didn't bring anything massive. We got the 10, which was the new design, so I guess that counts. But I really want this like one feature that just makes you want to go like, huh, I'm gonna get this year's iPhone, you know? And charger in the box would be good, maybe.
All right. So what is the one feature you want? What is it?
A charger.
No. What is the one feature that you want on the iPhone 12 that you were talking about?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I think it'd be great if Apple could really do something with AR awesome this year. So I'll leave AR as my answer. I really want Apple to do something great with it because the technology is great. The future is going AR. I feel like Apple could do something great. So AR.
AR. All right. Cool. All right. Good talk. Definitely. That would be cool. We know that there are rumors that the iPhone 12 will come with a LiDAR scanner, so it will definitely be interesting to see what Apple does with that. But Nikias Molina, man, thank you for the conversation, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you. Before we get out of here, Nikias.
It was fun. I want to do this.
No doubt. Before we get out of here, let the people know where they can find you at.
They can find me all over the place except the podcast coming soon, maybe. They can find me on Twitter. They can find me on Instagram and, of course, on YouTube at Nikias Molina, which nobody will know how to spell, but hopefully you'll leave me in the description notes below.
I will. Shout out to those of y'all that watched the podcast live today. Thank you for hanging out with me and Nikias for another episode of VypDrive. I appreciate it. Thank you, Matt Tyler, for the super chat, sir. I appreciate you. For all of y'all that super chatted, brought me a coffee, or became a channel member, thank you guys. Love how you rock out with me each and every week. So thank you for tuning in to another episode. Shout out to those of y'all listening on audio only this week. Thank you for listening to another episode of VypDrive with me and Nikias Molina. If you want to follow Nikias, all of his information will be in the show notes, so definitely go down there and check that out. Also, if you want to support the podcast, there will be links in the show notes to do that. Not required, but anything that you're willing to do, greatly appreciated. Also, if you happen to be listening to this on Apple Podcasts, like I said earlier, please consider leaving that rating or review so we can get this podcast back into the top 200 of tech podcasts on Apple Podcasts. So definitely, if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, please make your way down to that bottom, leave that rating and review so we can get this podcast noticed by more people. Again, thank you guys for listening to another episode. I appreciate you guys rocking out each and every week. For those of y'all watching on YouTube, you know what day it is. It is Friday, which means Viper is not done. In about another 6 hours from now, Friday Night Vype is going down. And it is going to be a wild.
It's going to be good.
It is going to be wild tonight. It's going to be wild tonight because StreamYard has upped the maximum guest capacity on stream. It used to be 6 people at a time. Now it's 10. And you know Viper can find 10 people to get on the stream. So we're going to max out the stream tonight. So you definitely should come back for that because it's going to be a wild, crazy live stream tonight.
Viper, wait, hold on. It's so annoying that for me, it's 3 a.m. every time you're starting your stream. So, anyways.
Man, hey. I started at 6:30 p.m., which is already early as it is here. And I can't really start it any earlier because most of the time I'm at work during the day. So I got to wait till the evening. And I mean, I don't really want to start it too late because then other people will be sleeping and stuff. It's hard. The time zones, it's hard, man. It's real hard, but I do the best I can, man. That's why I like scheduling these podcasts. Like, it's funny because the next three guests on the podcast, the next three people on the podcast, including yourself, are all from different time zones across the world. Tomorrow,
you got Zone of Tech, right?
Yeah, Zone of Tech the next weekend. But this weekend, I got somebody, I think, from Sweden, I think she's from. And then Sunday, I got somebody from the Philippines. So it's like the time zones are like crazy.
Nice.
So I'm doing the best I can, man. But y'all, the time don't make it hard, but I'm doing the best I can.
Nice.
So I'm doing the best. But until the next time, people, it's your boy Viper, the man about tech. You know where to find me. So come back for more.
Woo!